The ward does go up though, and Parasite comes into the middle lane. Touch for the very first time. Skills getting that bloodlust on the Parasites, so aggressive jungle coming into play there.
Yeah, absolutely. That was just a great pick there by Skills onto Sexy County there. Glacius just getting a little bit too low. Nice reaction from Skills as well. So, meanwhile, up in the top lane, actually, Seishi on Bubbles is getting dropped very, very low. That nuke from the Plague Rider, the where are we? The Contagion certainly stings quite a bit at these early levels. And we've actually got Engineer behind Plague Rider now. This can spell trouble for Dolls. Dolls gets knocked back by a perfect kick from Engie. This is a one dead Plague Rider, I think. Yes, Seishi picking up the kill. Yeah,
Seishi really needed that, obviously. He was struggling a little bit in that top lane. And great roam coming out from that Engineer. He's able to pull it off while also microing the illusions in that mid lane, so maybe they didn't think he was gone. And so two for none exchange in favour of Nexus at the moment. And it's going quite well for them, obviously. Those ganks coming huge into play. But I don't think we've seen the end of the ganks. This game is just going to be full of them, I think.
Yeah, and Gimli on Pharaoh says Lola's down in bottom lane. He walled not too much, and Straw Hat's got a pretty small stun off. Didn't actually hit anyone on the fade there, so a bit of banter back and forth there.
Yeah, I think Pharaoh will be fine though. He's in that short lane. He's got that Tormented Soul as well.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Tormented Soul really is where a lot of Pharaoh's laning pressure comes from, and just being able to spam that, get yourself a few creeps, get a little bit of harass onto whoever you're laned against as well. It's always pretty helpful. So.
Glacier's going to run into a Parasite in the lane. Oh, sorry, in the jungle. Engineer's up here as well. The health pot has been popped, knocking him out of though. Skills actually getting credit for the kill there. Okay, oh, 60k, nice. Sorry, I was just really confused what happened there. Pharaoh's in a little bit of trouble in that bot lane, though. We'll go down to that fade. Straw Hat's getting credit for the kill with the assist on that Nymphora. And Bubbles did go down in that top lane as well to Dolph. So, unfortunately, despite getting that gank on early, Bubbles still struggling against this Plague Rider. But it looks like Parasite Skills just coming out there and able to take out that Plague Rider. Now he's got that Mana Ring, can make a huge presence. He can just hang out all day in that Hellborn jungle.
Yeah, Skills just doing such a great job here early on in the Parasite, and I feel as though that's exactly where he wanted to be. So we actually see some action in the mid lane. Magnus getting that invis out of there, so he actually gets hit by those wild axes. Doesn't quite drop from them though, as the regen rune is onto Livewell's Tundra in the mid lane. And looks like Magnus actually gets that stun onto Tundra. Just uses the ball straight after that one. So you actually see a gank from Parasite. Parasite is in that Wild Hunter. Magnus is in a lot of trouble. Skills gets the kill.
Skills gets the kills on that Parasite. Coming in with the Wild Hunter. Just making that work. I mean, every time, he doesn't even need that ultimate. He's just throwing that leech on. That Magnus getting a little bit too cocky in that middle lane. And without the wards protecting them, they're going to have a lot of trouble holding their own. Now, Pharaoh's in the top lane. He's popped the health pot. And Plague Rider doesn't get the auto attack off, so looks like a bit of a lane change has happened. Bubbles in that bottom lane now, and Pharaoh's been relegated to that top suicide. Against the Plague Rider, hopefully being a little bit tankier, he'll have a bit of an easier time. While I say that though, Parasite coming back into the middle lane, jumping on that Glacius. Glacius goes down, and Magnus is in a lot of trouble. He's chugging that bottle, trying to get enough mana for the stun. He will be able to stun up, but with that Shiver up as well, will they be able to get him? Tundra does have those shards. And it gets Magnus on the return flight. So Livewell getting credit for the kill there, manning up, and Magnus Glacius just not having the best time in that mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, huge plays all around from Seraphic Nexus at this 6-minute stage of the game. Skills, he is getting the kills. He's 5-0-1 at the moment with a GPM of 430 on the jungle para. So he is just so strong. And you see the stun doesn't quite hit Bubbles there.
Yeah, great take cover actually.
Yeah. Gimli giving a shout out to 3 Scores new sponsors, so Seraphic Nexus there. Always great to see more interest in sponsorship in the Australian Honk community, so that is great. So I say that we've actually got skills up in the top lane. Uses that mana ring to just buff up Gimli's mana a little bit. Gimli isn't quite 6 yet, so they're probably not going to try any crazy tower dives. Of course, Plague Rider being 6 as well, it's very dangerous to try anything without the aid of creeps around to tank the Plague.
As soon as he hits level 6, though, he jumps in. Parasite jumping in with that ultimate as well. The Plague bouncing around, and it will get Pharaoh low, but not nearly enough, unfortunately. And they get the kill in that top lane. While that's happening, Tundra has dived the tower here onto that Glacius. One more auto attack will finish him off, but Engineer will go down in return. Now, a little bit of blocking coming up from Magnus. Tundra still has that DD, though, but it looks like he will be able to back off. Magnus still chasing. He does have the stun. He's not going to use it, as not sure if there was any support coming in. Deciding to back off, go back into that lane and farm up a little bit.
Yeah, Tundra's looking pretty strong now as well. I mean, Livewell in the mid lane, he's on 340 or so GPM at the moment with a couple of kills under his belt. So, you know, he's looking fairly strong. I think that's exactly at the point that, you know, the Seraphic Nexus want him to be at, as we actually see a gank in the mid lane, but Skills knows he doesn't quite have enough burst to take down Magnus, so he's just going to back out of there just easy, pretty easily. So he actually gets a stun onto Wally there. That is Jeeper on the Magnus, of course. So it's a free regen rune for him.
Yeah, Glacius is in a lot of trouble now. He's way out of position. Even though he's under the tower, Glacius is nearby. He might be trying to pick up a kill. Magnus looks like it will finish him off, but Glacius goes down, and Fade has rocked up now. He teleported in, so they could turn this around a little bit. They're going on the Parasite, who doesn't have much health or mana, and they're trying to take him down here. Magma stun will be coming up in 1 second. Ends up getting the stun off. Couple more auto attacks needed on that Parasite. Parasite, stick of health. And looks like Fade will be chasing him down, though, through the trees. One auto attack, Straw Hats getting credit for the kill there. Parasite definitely not being able to get away. Perhaps just holding the heat off that Tundra long enough. Bit of action in that top lane. Plague Rider actually getting kelp filtered as well. One more auto attack. Seishi getting credit for the kill on that Bubbles as they dive the tower. So a lot of action. 11 for 5. Still in favour of that Legion team right now. Still in favour of Seraphic Nexus.
Yeah, Seraphic Nexus, they're just looking so strong at the moment. I mean, they're getting, you know, all of those successful ganks off from Parasite as well. The rest of their lanes are doing pretty nicely as well, and I just don't think that that the lack of a jungler, which Hunting Season did not decide to go with even this game, you know, it's not quite paying off for them. And as I said, we've actually got Nymphora Magmasport up into the top lane. Bubbles could be in a little bit of trouble here. In fact, a lot of trouble. Jeeper picks up the kill. And now Pharaoh is in even more trouble. Gets taunted. Oh my god. I love Mugs. Picks up credit for that one.
So that Hellborn gank potential, they're trying to even up the score now. Obviously, grouping up a little bit, catching that Legion team off guard. And it looks like Plague Rider, though, in a little bit of trouble. Dolphs is going to try and make it under the tower. He sidesteps the keg, but it's not going to be enough. Parasite actually jumping into a creep to get rid of some of that damage as well from that Plague Goo. But looks like they're grouping up in that middle lane, potentially going to push this tower. While that's happening, though, Hellborn team, Straw Hats and Glacius Sexy Can I in that top lane, putting a bit of pressure on the tower themselves. So it could be a tower exchange here. Nymphora is going to come in. They were going for that Engineer, but decided to change at the last second. And potentially go on this Tundra. The stun comes out from Tundra. And Steam Turret and Keg go out as well. Nymphora just completely melts. But Tundra's in a little bit of trouble. The Deny does come off from Jeep. He does have that double damage as well, so he could be keen here, especially as Fade getting that stun off onto the Engineer, the Culling Blade as well, and the stun coming onto Tundra. Parasite is nearby though. He is going to leech onto that Magnus. He does not have the ultimate ready just yet. Pharaoh coming in, Wrath of the Pharaoh, throws those mummy walls up as well. He will take a little bit of damage while Parasite jumps into a catapult. Pharaoh will go down though, and Magnus going down as well, as Parasite using that leech, that face hug ability right at the end, taking that double damage. So a lot of action happening in that middle lane.
It certainly is. I mean, just kills traded left, right, and centre there as Skills came in to mop up even, and looks like he's going for a bit of a Codex rush. Great to see. So he's going to have lots of bursts once he finally picks that one up, and with 405 GPM at the moment as well, as we actually see Livewell gets the kill onto Sexy Kenny up there. Glacier's just a little bit out of position with no one really to help him up there, pays the price. And so you see, yeah, live well there. Looks like he's gone for the kind of early Blood Chalice build, so a little bit of extra mana. It's always relatively helpful on Tundra. You can always spam those piercing shards. And actually got a Blood Chalice as well onto Pharaoh, so looking to spam those Tormented Souls, those missiles.
Yeah, they're pushing that top lane now. Interesting to see if the Hellborn team will teleport in, will try and defend it. Looks like they'll just let it go. And Wally getting credit for the kill on that Engineer. Probably not the hero you really needed on right now. Obviously, he does pick up an eye though, so playing that more support role, using what money he does have to help the team. And I assume he's going to do that, use that for some counter warding. Tundra though, he's about 1,000 gold off his portal key. You'd assume he's just going to be farming for that. Though a bit of action in that middle lane, that bottom lane. Pharaoh and Bubbles jump onto that Magnus. Nymphora is porting in as well though, and Fade comes in as well, throws out the stun, the Culling Blade onto Pharaoh. Magnus jumps off to the side to hit that Bubbles, and it looks like Bubbles could be in a little bit of trouble. Is able to shell surf out just barely. However, he is in a lot of trouble here. Throws down the kelp field and gets taken out. So Straw Hat's getting credit for that kill. Fade not doing too bad at the moment. 6-0.
Yes, 6-0. That is, I think, exactly where hunting season wanted Fade to be at the moment. And Fade does scale pretty well. So I think Seraphic Nexus are going to have to watch out. Fade is currently, actually, as we see the ultimate from Tundra go off onto Magnus, and Magnus is going to drop. Livewell getting credit for the kill, but at what cost? Straw Hats picks up Livewell and gets a couple of assists for the team as well while he does it.
Yeah, I was a bit worried for that Tundra. He was coming in Viz, and the Hellborn team had that Ward of Revelation nearby, but he didn't go around the back. He came around the front, just decided to take off the Magnus, but at what cost, as you said, as Breaky says, and unfortunately just falling there. I'm not sure if that was really the best option. I mean, I would have preferred him to stay nearby and wait for his team, perhaps wait for some ports to come in, but I guess maybe the ports weren't coming. Decided to take what he can get and maybe try and get out of there afterwards. And we see Fade actually going to run into an Engineer. Engineer doesn't have the eye on him, although he did buy it recently. It looks like he's just running around doing some counter warding. Bubbles is nearby as well, so Fade's got to be a little bit careful, as they do have Rev Wards if they try and pick her off. Parasite is here as well though, so he's doing a lot of damage on that Fade. Fade is caught completely out right now. She does invis, and Magnus has shown up as well. He throws that stun onto the Engineer. The Contagion going out as well onto that Parasite. Parasite moving off to the side though, so the Plague Ooze not going to do anything. Tormented Soul ends up taking out that Fade though, even though he was invis. Plague Rider is on the run now. Glacius is nearby. He's thrown out that Tundra Blast, thrown down that Glacial Downpour as well. It's doing a lot of damage. They have nothing to interrupt it. Song of the Sea comes out, and Glacius is now on the run himself. A lot of action still going on. Nymphora dropping incredibly low, and I believe that was Magnus, actually Straw Hats, coming back in there, getting credit for a kill, so brought back and making work of it there, as Parasite will walk away. Now Bubbles, he doesn't have a teleport, he's off in the side, he's going to get taken out by this Nymphora surely, although Nymphora missing the stun, and it looks like they'll walk up, try and get some auto attacks. Jeep Jr. getting credit for the kill. Huge snipe coming out from that Pharaoh. He is still nearby. I don't know what he's still doing here, although Parasite's nearby as well. But misses the Wrath of the Pharaoh, so they might want to back off here.
Gimli says AFK in all chat. Very, very close. Near miss, though, from Gimli, so unfortunately he wasn't able to get that one. As I say that, we've got a Codex finally picked up onto skills there on the Parasite, so that will help him a lot in his burst. Currently Parasite 913, just such a devastating force so far in this game. At this 16-minute stage, he's sitting on 390 gold per minute or so, so looking extremely strong for Seraphic Nexus.
Yeah, obviously Parasite's still that top farmer in the game, along with Fade, I guess, 380 to 390 gold per minute. And it looks like sort of a mirror image. I mean, that Magnus and that Tundra, 309, 280. And the rest of the team sort of balances out from there, although the Legion team definitely still in that lead position at the moment. Seraphic Nexus, looks like Parasite, he's got his Codex build, it is level 2, and he's picking up another Wild Hunter here. Going to keep farming, potentially picking up something like Phase Boots, it looked like, as he did have another Punch Dagger. While that's happening though, Tundra is in that middle lane. He doesn't have a teleport or anything, as that Hellborn team grouping up in the bottom lane. So perhaps trying to force a team fight, perhaps trying to create a tower. Looks like Nemphora will be porting out. Where will it be? Near that Fade, as it looks like they're going to try and catch this Tundra out of position. Fade throwing the stun out, but no one's really nearby.